Hello, good morning. How is everybody? Thank you for joining me today. I am here with Amy and Caro, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with Caro.
What? Me? Hello, everybody. My name is Caro Brown. I am an urban fantasy author and a writer for Otherworld Inc. and Through Faith Press. I also write under the name of Faye Black for Violet Gaze, which is a little romance company. I don't have links for that yet. It's coming soon. I recently wrote this book right here. You can find it on Amazon. If you did read it and like it, I would really appreciate a review. I'm trying to hit 50 reviews on Amazon, just saying. I'm here today to actually work on the project for Violet Gaze today because I'm trying to get a head start on it. Because I said I'd give it to him by the end of December, and I was like, well, I should probably start working on it now. So.
Is that it? Woo! Hi, I am Amy Nobody. I am an SEO consultant. I do not have a website or any social media, much to the dismay of my peers and my friends in Cthulhu. Caro has taken to shaming me with pictures of crying puppies and kittens.
I do. That's true.
She's really upping her game. I am going to be working on my second rough draft of my first fiction book. I finally made it through the scene that was I was just so done with it by the time I got to the end of it. And then I kept thinking about it, talking about it with Caro last time, and I was like, if it's bothering me this much to write it, my readers cannot possibly enjoy it. And then I had to fight the compulsion to go back and change the scene. So I was like, no, just move on. And so now, thankfully, I'm like 2 scenes past that now. I did a little bit of work this weekend. So just plugging away at my second rough draft. I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm lucky I don't have any deadlines for it or anything. So no pressure.
If it makes you feel any better, I actually ended up rewriting a scene from the romance for the meet cute beat. Because originally I had the meet cute happen differently, and as I was writing, it's like, I really fucking hate this. Like, I hate everything about it, so I deleted it and started over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I wish... See, I can't say that I wish I had a deadline, because it seems like every time I give myself a deadline, like, something happens and I don't make it. And so, but I definitely need to... kick myself in the ass and get more stuff done. So yeah, but right on. Well, cool. I'm excited for you guys. And so you've actually decided that you're going to do a romance?
Oh, I've been working on it. Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. I had to. There's feelings, guys. Feelings are not my forte. I'm gonna go back and add the feelings, but. There are feelings everywhere. There's actually I'm kind of doing it with a certain group in mind. There's a podcast group called the Heaving Bosom Podcast, and it's these 2 nice ladies that get together and they talk about romance novels. And they were gracious enough to invite me to their little Facebook cult group. And so I usually sit and listen and kind of comment every now and then on the stuff they do. But they have this really big obsession with abs and the D. So as I'm writing this, I'm trying to make sure that I do those 2 things for them, which has been very hilarious for me, but I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah. Man. I can't wait.
I know. I'm like, that sounds really interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I guess sometimes I like the romances where they're like super sexy, hard abs and Gerard Butler and 300. Woohoo! And then sometimes I'm just like, let's fantasize about average Joe, I mean, there's some sexy average guys that don't need to spend 8 hours a day at the gym in order to, be super sexy.
Yeah, I've never really been into the abs thing. I know it's so common and that V muscle is sexy, I'm not going to lie, but abs are not that big of a deal to me. I like shoulders. That's my thing.
Shoulders,
like
back
a good shoulders. Yes, shoulders and back for me, and a nice plump butt is when I'm like, hello. Like, he can take his shirt off and he's got boring shoulders and an 8-pack. I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. But, and he doesn't have to take his shirt off to see those nice shoulders. I'm a shoulder and back girl. I definitely am. So,
I have like this semi-reoccurring joke going on in the book because like the guy gets frustrated when the lady's in the room, and his way of coping with that is like, well, I'm going to go to the gym, and so he spends so much time on the gym part of the ship because this is in space, like to the point where like the crew is coming in and says, "Do you want us to put a bunk in here because you're pretty much living in here?" He's like, "Shut up!" I'm just sitting there doing like reps.
Aw.
That's
So
funny.
he's going to be shredded by the time it happens.
Yes. He's also exhausted because he's not eating right. So, I mean, all that fun stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta, if you're gonna spend 8 hours a day at the gym, you've got to sacrifice something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so the group is just obsessed with those two things, and every now and then, like when they come out and they do a book review, like one person is just kind of like, there was literally no description in this book at all, and the lady's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that's not in there," and she's like, "You're supposed to warn me."
Oh wow.
Well, hello, ladies.
Yeah, I know. I don't recommend listening to the podcast when you're grocery shopping because you just start laughing in the cheese aisle like I do.
Oh wow.
You know, I tried to be that person who listens to stuff while I'm out in public, and I cannot do it. I cannot stand to be out in public and not be able to hear what's going on around me. I've tried so hard because it would just be so much better if I didn't have to listen to the dumb stuff, like all these dumb conversations that I overhear. And I'm like, I could be listening to an audiobook or something right now, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like one of those people who's like super paranoid I'm going to get mugged at any minute. Like, I'm definitely not one of those people, but I feel incapacitated when I can't hear what's going on around me. So, more power to you, because I wish I could do that, but I cannot.
I'm hard of hearing, so I already can't hear like half the shit going on around me, so that doesn't make a difference for me.
I started wearing my earbuds and my headphones while I was at the grocery store, and now I've noticed that if I don't have them going on in the background, and I always have one ear open, I don't like it. It's like it's too much. Like it's nice having the ability to block out screaming children and angry moms and that kind of stuff. So so that's why I wear mine. And then people don't bother you when you have your headset on. They don't bother you. They don't ask you for anything. They don't ask you if you can get something off the top shelf. And then if I just want to start talking to myself, they automatically think I'm on a phone call. So it's like win-win, right?
You're not insane. You're just talking to a different voice in your head.
That's right. That's right. I don't need medication. So, all right. Well, awesome. Well, should we get started with all the things?
Of course, whenever you are ready.
Okay. So this is what I thought. I decided that I'm going to do, we'll do 2 writing sprints, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to draw the name for the winner of the raffle after the second live writing sprint, because I can words today. And then
Monday morning mayhem.
Yeah.
Right. And then I decided that I'm going to give away 2 books today, because I have 2 books that I can give away, and I need some bookshelf. I need some shelf. So yeah, so then we'll do the 3rd one, and after the 3rd one, I'll do the 2nd one, and then we'll be good to go. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, then let's get this show on the road. This is me trying to share my screen. I want to
Ignore the eyeballs behind me. They're only looking at me.
I want to do a tab.
Are you sure that one on the right is following me?
I know. Those are really cool eyeballs.
They said that they were only going to look at me, okay? So they're only for me.
I don't know. I saw them in the background on that Other Worlds video. They were scoping.
Looking for potential victims. I know.
Look, Sarah came to join us.
Hey, Sarah.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Whenever you are, ma'am.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that's time. How did everybody do? Don't forget to unmute your mics. Good morning, Heather. How are you? I am going to attempt to do.
I got 243 words.
Awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
I got 575 words.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, wow. You are on fire.
I got a deadline, bitches.
I am doing the maths. Mini Monster and I had a misunderstanding this morning, and now she's panicking. So Mr. Mann's going to take her to school.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, so she woke up this morning and she was like, I really don't feel good. My head hurts. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, if you have a migraine, then you can just stay home and sleep it off. No big deal. And she came in just as I had muted the mic. She came in and she's like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I was like, what? She's like, no, I told you I just needed a few more minutes. I didn't know you were going to live stream. And I'm like, you know what day it is, right? So, but despite all that, I got a whole whopping 89 words.
Woo!
So,
That's good.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. How did everybody do in the comments? Persephone said no words this sprint. Hey, I feel you. It's Monday. Some old string lights and put up the different ones. Yeah. Shira decided to pull down some ceiling decorations this morning, so I had to scurry and get that taken care of. Carolyn got 307 brainstorming and outline. That's awesome. And hello, Carolyn. I think that this is the first time we've met, so thank you for being here. Jace got disco balls or rocket lights.
I was just talking about Persephone taking the lights down.
Oh, okay. Cool. Very cool. And Jace roughly got 3/4 of a page, 150-ish words. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oh, you're in Sedona. Sedona is a beautiful place.
It is.
Yeah, I would say Sedona is definitely, well, I think anywhere in northern Arizona is like my preferred location.
Yeah, once you hit my city and then go south, it's just no.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Tucson's not so bad as far as like the people and the community, but the weather sucks. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, it's way too hot here. But you know, funny story. When I was pregnant with Elijah, it's not like funny ha story, but I had to go see a neurologist, and in order to get to the neurologist, I had to drive through Sedona. And my mother-in-law at the time was like, hey, be careful when you're going through Sedona. They say that's where the portals to the aliens are. And I was like, yeah, okay, right?
Right.
Okay, that's cool. So Elijah's born, and he is born with autism. And you know what she says to me?
Oh,
she
no.
says, I told you to stay away from those portals. Now you have what did she call them? A lavender child or a indigo child. And I was like, hey, I'll take a child of indigo children over what you raised any day.
I think she meant to say ley lines.
I love you.
Hello.
I think I got a little lipstick.
There's a small child and now it is gone.
I love you. Love you too. They all said hi.
Yeah, she probably meant ley line.
Maybe. But I love Sedona.
Sedona is very pretty. I only drove through it once.
Yeah. I've only been there through once. And that was the one time that I went through there. I really like Jerome, and I'd like to go back up to Jerome someday, because they have like that haunted. It used to be like a hotel, and then it was like an insane asylum, and now it's a hotel. And so I'm like, I want to go up there and see what we can find. Hello, you did. I'm new to your channel. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I hope I didn't slaughter your name. I am terrible when it comes to pronunciation of people's names.
I remember what 70 degrees used to feel like.
Yeah, I was going to say, so CJ, I don't know if CJ was still watching us or not. She was enjoying a nice sweater and some warm drink this morning, and I was just like, so jealous. I am so jealous. I can't wait until it's like in the 70s and I can pull out my ugly sweater and I write more with my ugly sweater on.
It's autumn is here, and I hate the cold weather. So even though fall is nice and all, I'm miserable because I know that means that it's about to get cold, and all I do is bitch pretty much from like October to March, and about how cold it is. And the leaves are finally starting to fall here, and I actually had to turn off all the fans because I got up in the morning and I was just like, son of a just turning off everything. I had to put on a blanket because it was like 55. And I was like, no! Freaking out because it's starting to get cold. And I'm like the only one who really hates it as much as I do. So
yeah,
everybody else is all, oh, you know, autumn is here. I'm going to go shut that phone up. I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't think I have ever had all of the fans off in my house. If the box fans aren't circulating air, we still leave the ceiling fans. Even in like January, the ceiling fans will still be going. So, well, I think that if Caro and I had to deal with like snow and stuff, we might bitch about cooler temperatures.
No, we would be saying the end times are here. It's like snow in Arizona. Like, oh my God, what is happening? Let's not get back in it.
Yeah, you can join. We're writing. We're definitely not only females.
I don't know how we would tell you to not stay anyway. I mean,
yeah, no, everyone's welcome. Everyone is welcome to join us and write all the words.
Yeah.
I love your cats, Jace. They are just as sweet in that picture as mine is right now. She decided to spill coffee all over my 3-ring binder that has my outline in it.
Like cats do, yeah.
Yeah. And she pulled down the curtain this morning. She spilled the coffee. She shredded my hands while I was attempting to clean everything. And then she looked at me like, how dare you be angry with me, human? Now you have to cuddle me and love me, or else I'm going to bite your ankles. And I was like, you're worse than a little dog.
Yeah, I know, like this morning when my husband and I got back from the gym, you know how, if you got dogs, I mean, you have dogs, you get it. Like, you come home and they're like, oh my God, the world ended, but now you're here and things are better, and they come and swarm you. And so we were going through the process of petting all the dogs to like, yes, we're home, you can calm down now. And at one point, Kissy, who's right over here, like we were petting our big dog Ranger, and she was trying to get like in on that, and we had to push her away. So at one point, she just she didn't bite my husband's hand, but she put her mouth around his hand and pulled it away, and then put her head under it.
Aww.
She's like, you need to pet me now. I need pets.
That sounds so much like Tala. She is very jealous. So, so Heather, I believe you. I believe it. So if my son's autism is genetic, it definitely came from me because he's awesome. And I have a cousin who has twin boys, and they are both autistic and they are awesome. So anytime like his paternal side of the family starts to, you know, say something, I'm just like, yeah, I'll totally take it. He's autistic because of me, because he's awesome. so yeah, so I dig it. I love him. So, and Persephone, I'm the same way. I turn my ceiling fans off like once a week just to clean them, because the Malamutes,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the Malamutes bring in so much dust that it's ridiculous. So, yes, that's exactly what Shira is doing right now. She is sleeping on the coffee stain outline, which is fine. She's not biting me anymore. I have no idea. Okay. So should we do another?
Yeah, I can do another
I'm ready
one.
if you are.
Okay. Are you talking about like Marvel the comic books? Because I'm totally lost.
I am too.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, let's go ahead and get started with our next 15-minute writing sprint. I'm using my timer on my phone to make sure that I get a little head start to, you know, the good stuff. All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the timer has stalled. I don't know what it's doing. How did you guys do?
My number went up by like 600, but that's because I found a conversation that I actually liked and I just copied and pasted. So I guess we'll say I did I finished the scene. Let's say that. That's true to form. I finished the scene.
Okay. That's good.
I got not two. I got 628 words.
Woo!
Oh, wow. You are doing really good.
You're making me look bad. I copied and pasted
I know.
600 words.
When I'm not editing, I can write a lot.
I want to break that 500 barrier so bad, but I haven't been able to do it on a stream yet.
I got 201.
One day.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever hit the 500 mark with a stream or without a stream.
I think the highest I've ever got was like 728, but that's when I was like doing one of like those word vomits for one of the things, actually the story that I was working on. So,
hold on a second.
Let's see how our people in the comments did. Carolyn got 397 words. That's fantastic. Jace got under 100 in several chats. Too busy confirming my gender. And then CJ got 51 words, but because she had to do research. Research is important. I am a supporter of actually doing research for your writing, so good job.
Yeah. Confirming. I like that. All right, so shall we?
It's that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's find out who our first winner is. This is the raffle copter winner. And I think I'm on the fence about how I feel about raffle copter. I liked it at first. And then as it went on, I was like, maybe I don't like this. So I don't know. If you guys use raffle copter, maybe you can share how you use it. So yeah, so here we go. We're going to find out who our winner is. And our winner is Jesse L. Schooner. I destroyed that one. Yay! She is going to get a autographed copy along with the snacks and all that other good stuff. So I will make sure that I send her a message because I don't think she's here with us this morning. Yay! I'm excited for her. So we'll do another word sprint and then I'll go ahead. The next one is going to be one of those random number generators. I think it's going to be fun because there's like 50 people. Yay!
Just keep doing the drum roll.
And respond to an email. All right, I'm going to write down her information and then we will get started on our next live sprint. Unless there's something you guys want to share with the world.
I'm having a hard time concentrating, so I can't come up with anything quippy.
I like seeing my screen reflection in my computer glasses. It's really distracting.
It just makes you look that much more intelligent. Look, I see screens on my screens.
I know, right? I'm not just 4 eyes, I'm infinite eyes.
Exactly. Did you
You want to hear something funny? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, are you guys getting the wonderful weather today yet, or is it not there yet?
I mean the giant downpour from this morning? Yeah, we got that.
Yeah. Okay. It's
of course, like
coming my way.
Well, I'm part of the 5 a.m. club for the gym, and so like my husband and I were getting in the car, and he's like, "Is it raining?" I was like, "There appears to be water falling from the sky." So yes.
Oh my goodness.
And it's kind of funny because when it rains in this part of Arizona, we're all very confused in the beginning. It's like, is that really water? Like, is somebody playing a prank on us? Like, let's check.
I know. Isn't that like the weirdest thing? It's like everybody stops and is like, but what is that? My first thought when it starts raining is the first sprinkle I feel is always, did a bird just pee on me?
Yeah, no, it's true. And then, so I have that thought too. And then my next thought is, where is it coming from? And is it a haboob? Like, those are always my first two thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fortunate. I don't have to worry about the haboobs.
We do.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, they suck. We actually had one last week. A haboob is a different way to say a dust storm. So basically what happens is in my part of Arizona, the storm and the wind will kick up all the dust from the summer. And basically you can't even miss it because it looks like this giant wall of like sand coming and it blocks out everything. Yeah. Like we have to pull over on roads and, pull the pets in from outside. Usually like trees will fall over or shingles will get flown off. Like it's a serious windstorm with sand.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, in some parts, like if we actually see the haboob coming, we're in a store or we're by a store, everybody will run into the store and just kind of like meander for like 30 to 40 minutes while the storm like passes by.
Oh yeah. I have a cousin who lives in Casa Grande, and she actually loves the haboobs. And I'm just like, you're insane. I couldn't imagine being on I-10 getting hit by a haboob. That's just like, yeah.
That happened to me once. That happened to me once when I was working for a bank and I was driving home and the haboob came and I was like, I can't fucking see. I couldn't even see like the glow of the lights in front of me. So I pulled over to the shoulder and just waited.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. The internet gremlins are coming for Caro. She's gonna.
No,
this is what.
Oh, okay.
Just blinked out.
Oh, did it? Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was me, but then Dana was looking normal, and I was like, "Oh, it's not me this time." Oh, damn, it's Caro.
Yeah. No, it's oddly enough since the rainstorm this morning. Like my internet's been kind of weird. I was just hoping that the gremlins would stay with you, Amy.
Yeah, they seem to have set up residence here. There's no getting them out. So.
When they announced that we were going to be having some active weather days, the first thing I thought of was, please just let me get through my live stream so I can announce the winners. So
I had a bad internet day the other day, and I actually had a video conference with a client, and she was so concerned about my internet connection, and I was like, yeah, no, this is my life. This is what happens. It's totally fine. And she was like, have you considered calling your provider? And have you checked your lines? Have you moved any furniture in your house recently? And I'm like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes. Like, like that just like she was so upset that I was being inconvenienced. And I'm like, I think I like you, but you better get used to this because this is what happens. I'm lucky if I can get like a good 3 hours without at least a blink. Usually it'll go out for like 5 whole minutes, long enough for me to be like, okay, maybe I should go find something else to do. And then it'll come back. And then I'm annoyed because now my brain has shifted gears and I have to get back to what I was doing. And the worst part of it is that everything that I do for work, with the exception of writing out my reports, everything else requires an internet connection. Every single thing. So when the internet blinks out, I have to refresh every single thing. And so sometimes the data will be slightly different. And so then I have to go back and adjust, my findings and all that kind of stuff. And it drives me crazy also because my laptop will lock up. Like it'll try, I have like add-ons on Google Chrome. I have programs that run in the back that watch my cookies on my client sites. Like I got tools, and then they all at the same time when the internet connection goes out, and it was funny to see a person who's not used to it react. Like she lives in a city, and she's like, no, the internet never goes out, never. Like our power will go out before we lose Wi-Fi. And I'm like, oh, you lucky human being, you. No.
Oh wow.
So
I
yeah, it
know
was
that
kind of
must
funny.
be. If we get moisture, any kind of moisture in the air, and our internet is crazy. And I had a technician come out and accuse my dogs of chewing the cable wires, and that was what was affecting my internet. And so he ran all new wires around the house. None of them had been chewed at all. And I was like, well, thanks for the new wiring. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to put this on your bill. And I'm like, no, that's what the insurance is for. I was like, I hope they don't work off a commission, because he just did all that work for a whole lot of nothing. But it was just, it made me really upset, because I was just like, you could look at the wires and see that there was no chew marks on them. He just felt
Yeah, I
like,
really hate when they immediately try to blame the animals. Like,
yeah,
My favorite with my provider, who I'm not going to name at this point, is when they say that they sent somebody out and they said that they sent somebody out and they give an excuse or whatever, and I'm kind of like, I was here all day. These mofos did not show up. So who was it? Where were they? And where are their notes about what they did? Because I'm telling you, been here all day. I got dogs. They're gonna let me know if somebody comes onto the property. Nobody came.
yeah. Well, they're still giggling about the haboobs.
Haboob! It's like we giggle about it too. I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
because
I
we used to
know.
call them dust storms until 2010, and then somebody started saying haboob, and then everybody was like haboob.
Well, I think we still have dust storms. I think that we started referring to the massive ones as haboobs after we spent some time in the Middle East, and they have the same exact words, because I believe that's where the term comes
It's
from.
an Arabic word, yeah.
Yeah, and up until seriously, I don't remember as a child ever seeing one of those. It wasn't until I was an adult that I actually saw massive amounts of dirt enter the atmosphere and cover an entire city.
It's because of the construction. Because when we
Yeah.
were growing up, this wasn't like a really expansive area, and then air conditioning happened. It became affordable, so then people started doing more construction. So a lot of the reasons that we have boobs the way that we do is because of the amount of construction that they're doing every year right now.
Oh yeah, and on that corridor between like Casa Grande and Phoenix, it's just everything is all loose. It's loose. Yeah. They need to plant some weeds or some flowers or something. They need to start covering that dirt, because it's just loose dirt. Yeah. It's not good.
I can probably do one more live stream, and then I'm gonna have to jet for that meeting I gotta go to.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get it started then, and then we'll let you get going. Okay. So we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that is time. I kicked myself off the stream for a moment. It is definitely a Monday. How did you guys do?
I actually just almost copy and pasted a whole scene. It's a short scene, but I read through it and I barely even found typos. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this being one of the last scenes that I wrote, because when I wrote my first draft, I did not write it in order. I wrote whichever one I was thinking about and I moved on. And I remember this being one of the last ones that I wrote. So my muscles were just a little more flexed by the time I got to this scene. So I just managed to do a whole scene in 15 minutes because it was basically copy paste and fix like 4 typos.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to resist the urge to do that this time, to not go out of order this time. Like, I've got one scene later on that I really like, and I so badly want to go work on that scene because I like that one. But I'm making myself go in order this time from beginning to end. That way I can catch any obvious problems. And I have caught one, so it's working. I caught something. I knew it'd be there, so
yeah.
That's good. But this editing stuff is not nearly as fun as the writing part.
Right. That's what, when you said that you weren't writing in order, I was intrigued, because that would be, I think that would be really difficult for me.
My outline is so detailed that it was pretty easy. Mm-hmm. And if I did not have that outline, there's no way I would have been able to do it. No way.
Right.
But my outline is so detailed. Sky jokes that it was basically my first draft. It's so detailed. So.
Oh, wow.
That's the only reason I was able to pull it off.
Oh, wow. How'd you do, Carol?
I got 618 words.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Awesome. Do you need to run real quick, or?
I can still do the outro stuff. I just can't do another one after this.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's because I have to walk there. So.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to do your outro now, or?
Yeah, I can do my outro. My name is Carol Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author for Otherworld Inc. and Through Faith Press. I also write under the pen name of Faye Black for Violet Gaze. And earlier this year, I came out with this book right here, which I'm trying to show over the banner. So it's available on Kindle and paperback, whichever one that you prefer. If you did like it, let me retract that. If you bought it and liked it, or you didn't like it, I just appreciate a review. Again, I'm just trying to hit 50 reviews on Amazon right now. So that's...
How close are you?
I got 11. That's
right.
The goal. It's the goal. If I can get 50, you probably won't hear me talk about my book very much anymore.
No.
But the really cool thing, and I can officially talk about this, is that they are doing the comic adaptation for this book right now. I've been working with the artist, and we've been doing character designs and everything, and we finalized a lot of them. So at this point, I'm waiting for the editor to review the script before we can give it to the artist to start production. So that's the thing that's happening right now.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yep.
That is really cool. That is super, super cool. Okay, well, before you leave, do you guys want to help me? I need you. How about Miss Amy? Carol, if you will do your drum roll, please. Amy, if you will pick a number between 1 and 52, we will have
27.
27 is... Man, this was harder than I made it a lot more complicated than I should have. You said 27, right?
Yes.
Is Leslie Farrell. Yay! So I will contact her, and if I don't hear back from the 2 winners within like a week, then I'll go ahead and draw new names. But that was that, and that was to celebrate my 200 subscriber mark. Yay!
Congratulations!
Thank you very much. I think this morning when I logged in, I had 236 subscribers because my good friend CJ subscribed. So, well, awesome. Well, do you guys want to do? I know you got to go, Carol, but Amy, do you want to do another one, or are you good for today? Or
I think I'm good for today. I just got an email I kind of need to respond to.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, then we'll go ahead and do our outros. I got to go talk to Mr. Man and make a few phone calls as well. And yeah, that'll be that. So go ahead, Amy.
Okay. I am Amy Nobody. I am an SEO consultant who does not have a website or social media, much to the horror of Cthulhu and his fluffy peers. One day. We'll see. I know I have to do it, but if I cannot do it, that's what I'm going to try to do. Second rough draft, first fiction book, just plugging away at it until it's done. So thank you for having me, because the only time I really work on this is when I have peer pressure. Cthulhu. So thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. So, all right. Well, awesome. And I am Dana Gollin. You can find all of my social media stuff at danagollinwrites.com. And you can also get yourself a free copy of The Awakening if you sign up for my newsletter through Smashwords, if that's what you want to do. So yeah, there is, in the description, there are a list of other channels who do live streams. I don't know who's doing it tomorrow, but is she? Okay.
Yeah. Tuesday.
They might. Okay, cool. Then we will see you guys tomorrow morning over on Sky's channel. So until then, have a fabulous Monday. Get the writing in, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.